You're about to discover how you can turn your next vacation into an unforgettable tour on the road with a real professional jazz band. Your destination is Peru. Experience personal and unembellished life with Peruvian jazz musicians. Find those elusive neighborhood music spots and restaurants and have the time of your life. All without worrying about learning Spanish, falling into tourist traps, suffering from altitude sickness, or getting food poisoning. In this video letter, I'm going to share with you the details of a life-changing musical adventure. You're going to literally go on the road in Peru and live the life of a musician. This adventure is going to lead you to an intimate understanding of Afro-Peruvian culture, and you're going to make lifelong friends along the way. I'm going to show you how easy it can be to travel to Peru, immerse yourself in the culture, and make a positive impact on the local community. Most importantly, you will see and understand places you never knew existed through the eyes of professional musicians. And as a bonus, you will experience the energy of Machu Picchu, the Amazon jungle, or just about any other magical place in Peru that you can dream of. If you stick with me, the next 15 minutes will start you down the path to a high-quality, life-changing experience in Peru, and one that will be fueled by your passion for music. Hi, my name is Gabriel Alegria. I have led a cross-cultural jazz ensemble called the Afro-Peruvian Sextet for many years. The band has released 8 CDs, 1 DVD, and 1 vinyl record to date. We have been recognized by the Peruvian government as cultural ambassadors of Peru, have performed for our president, won 16 Latin Jazz Corner Awards, and the New York City Ensemble of the Year Award from Hot House magazine. We were also selected as Latin Jazz Ensemble of the Year by NPR for the piece Carrusel de Luces. The sextet has been written up by the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, and every major jazz publication in North America. We were even featured on a McDonald's publicity tray. In Peru, we have also received wide acclaim in the press and count on a legion of superfans that work as volunteers on all of our projects. But you know what? The greatest joy for my bandmates and I comes from sharing our music and culture directly with you, in person, on the road, at the source of it all, Peru. Since 2008, we have consistently curated tours where our performances are accompanied by you, the passionate music lover. We have had more than 125 folks travel with us over the years, and the experience just keeps getting better. You have made it this far in this video, which says to me you have a yearning curiosity about Peru, the Afro-Peruvian Sextet, or both, which I think is totally awesome. What if I told you that you could go behind the scenes and get to know Peru's music, culture, and food intimately, safely, and without knowing a lick of Spanish? What if you could find, see, and do things that are not part of a regular tourist itinerary without worrying about altitude sickness or food poisoning? What if instantly upon arrival to Peru, you had a caring team of people around you and an entire professional band to share the trip with? What if you could learn the ins and outs of Afro-Peruvian jazz music from the very creators of the art form? What if I told you all of this happens in just a few days? Would you believe me? Or does this crazy idea sound too good to be true? Well, I'm happy to tell you that this year will be the greatest Tour Peru behind the scenes ever. The band and I have evolved the program to the point where I can confidently and categorically say to you that we will provide you with a life-changing experience. Now that's a pretty big promise, right? The key to our success is that we believe all participants on our tour have a mission to explore our music with passion and also give back to the community. We avoid cookie-cutter conventional tour operators at all costs. You're traveling to Peru with Peruvians, and the band is like a family, and you become part of our family by joining us on this tour. When you come to Peru with the Afro-Peruvian Sextet, you will experience curiosity, focus, relaxation, and fun. we will teach you everything we know about Afro-Peruvian jazz, culture, and food. This includes giving you lessons so you learn to play the cajon and become more connected to the music. And if you stay tuned, at the end of this video, I will reveal a new setup that is going to magically remove any and all possible scheduling conflicts for you. Seriously, you're not going to believe it. I know you probably hate large commercial tours, right? On other trips, I'm sure you have bravely navigated completely unfamiliar settings, completely on your own, just to avoid those horrible group tours, right? I totally feel you. Since we value your freedom, on this tour, we'll be there as your guardian angels, opening doorways for you to unimaginable people, cultural treasures, and music. The whole idea is to hang with the band, so this will never feel like a traditional tour group. We'll provide just enough guidance to make your immersion complete, soulful, and unforgettable. The most formidable and unique value to this tour is for you to be able to go behind the scenes on musical activities by the band, to really experience transformation as music gets created, arranged, and performed. The members of the Afro-Peruvian Sextet will share with you all they know, day in and day out, and the numerous personalities and people in the know that you will meet along the way is really pretty epic. For example, Hugo Alcázar is a founding member of the band. He invented Afro-Peruvian jazz drumming, literally, and there have been doctoral dissertations written about his concepts. He will be teaching you the cajon himself. Not because we expect you to be a musician, but because knowing a little bit about the music firsthand will enrich your experience tremendously. I'm telling you, playing the drums a little bit is an incredible form of therapy. A lot cheaper too. There's no other tour on this planet where you can literally become part of a professional band's entourage and enjoy the life of a musician, unembellished and absolutely real. This is the only tour I can think of anywhere where you will directly influence a musical process and make a huge difference in the lives of people who listen to the band perform. And this for sure is the only tour where you will comfortably go way outside of your comfort zone, making memories that will last a lifetime. And obviously, you will have access to me the entire time. I'll personally oversee every aspect of this tour and be with you every step of the way from sign up to execution and beyond. Participating in Tour Peru behind the scenes is actually easy and seamless. I'm going to work with you directly the entire time and guarantee prompt answers to your questions before, during, and after the tour as well. Everything is personal and very easy. Once you get to Peru, our experienced team on the ground will make sure your needs are met as quickly as the band's. Zero stress, just enjoy. Folks that come on our tours are often beside themselves with joy and gratitude for the experience. They sometimes can't find the right words to describe just how profound their experience has been. Because facts speak more than words, however, here's a short list of dream opportunities that became a reality on previous tours. These opportunities are the kinds of things we curate on our tours, so this gives you an idea of the possible. These are all things that actually happen. We visited the legendary Susana Baca's house for fellowship and music making. If you don't know Susana, she is the #1 diva of Afro-Peruvian song in the world, and she had us over to her house for an afternoon of food, and she sang some marineras. It was really unbelievable. We also took a guided tour of sculptor Victor Delfin's epic home and gallery overlooking the Pacific. Now, the thing about this is, the family gave us a tour themselves. This was not a commercial tour of any kind. We also had the opportunity to go close door and visit an archaeological site that had just been unearthed. Guided by our friend Carlos, he's an archaeologist and a huge jazz fan, we were able to be the first audience to ever walk into this place. They were actually working on it still. It hadn't opened to the public, but they allowed us to kind of go through. Thousands of years old, and we got to walk through there first. Attendance at rehearsals that led to the creation of new work for the Afro-Peruvian Sextet with dancers. So we've done this on several of our tours, and we try to include all of our participants in these amazing rehearsal experiences. Marinera dancing lessons from legendary champion Rosita Guzman. Rosita is not only a legendary marinera champion, she's also an incredible singer. And she kind of opened herself up to, coaching us and getting us some insight to this type of artistry. a visit to the late Amador Vallombroso's house in El Carmen, and a concert on the street to celebrate our donation of a complete set of musical instruments to the family that had been devastated by an earthquake. This was covered by national TV in Peru. You can see that there on the right. And this is part of giving back. We took some of the funds and we made some good in this community and this family in particular that had lost their instrument. An afternoon at the home of Criollo and Afro-Peruvian music patriarch Pepe Villalobos Cabero, where he shared his stories, his family, and delicious food. This is a place, you don't see any tourists there, except in this picture, some of our friends there on the left. An exciting and very friendly invasion of a traditional peña where jazz was staged for the first time in the venue's history. This was kind of a moment because these traditional places don't usually have non-traditional music. We were the first to ever kind of go and do this, and it was a big success, and it was just a very special moment. Participation in the filming of the band's documentary, DVD, and red carpet event, so if we're ever doing filming, you'll be part of it. A guided tour of La Victoria district by the mayor, Alberto Sanchez Alcorte, who also happened to be the architect that had restored and recovered several buildings in the city's historic center. Now, we usually don't have this kind of clout, but this guy happened to be my uncle, so we were able to get in. Our own traditional cleansing ceremony in the Andes Mountains in Cusco, led by musician and shaman Yurek Mayu. We go kind of to a secluded spot, and for those that want to participate, he does a cleansing ceremony that dates back to the Incas, and his family has maintained this tradition over time. And remember, at the end of this video, I'm going to share with you the incredible new setup for these tours that removes any and all possible scheduling conflicts. So this is going to be a no-brainer. I'm sure by now you can clearly see how amazing and literally life-changing Tour Peru behind the scenes can be. Can you picture yourself arriving in Lima, enjoying your first ceviche and pisco sour? I totally can. Can you feel the beat of Afro-Peruvian music in your heart and soul? I can do that as well. Can you picture yourself in a quintessential jazz club in Lima seeing new works come to life in front of you? It'll totally happen. Can you feel loving handshakes of musicians at a peña greeting you like family? That's the magic of Peru. Can you imagine how jealous your friends back home will be when they see you having the time of your life? And of course, can you see yourself taking your own version of the famous Machu Picchu picture? Or, if you prefer, maybe a boat ride down the Amazon or other worldly visit to Paracas on the Pacific. There are lots of options. There are over 125 folks ranging in age from 12 to 85 that have participated in Tour Peru behind the scenes. We have nothing but rave reviews from literally all of them. I'll show you those at the end. Some have already traveled with us twice even, delving into the variations and musical explorations that the band is so famous for. So, here's a recap of everything that the team and I are planning for you on your upcoming Tour Peru behind the scenes. An orientation to Peruvian culture and our secrets to staying safe and healthy. An overview of Afro-Peruvian cultural traditions. A masterclass on Criollo music. A roundtable discussion with a top-level politologist from Peru. A cajon masterclass for everybody who wants to learn to play. A zapateo masterclass for everyone who wants to learn to dance. Archaeological site visits guided by top experts. VIP seating at all Afro-Peruvian sextet concerts. An evening at the Peña in the Barranco district, the Museo Larco experience. Tour extensions to Machu Picchu, the Amazon, or the coast. Other incredible opportunities that we will add to the itinerary as they become available. There's always something special. And here it is. I promised you a big announcement that removes all possible date conflicts for you, making it super easy to participate. For the first time in the history of this tour, my home base is actually Peru. I now spend most of the year here in Lima when the band is not touring abroad. Here's what this means for you. Well, that's a picture of me, by the way, in my apartment there in Barranco. You now have the option to schedule your tour literally whenever you want. There's no limitation other than deciding when is the best time for you to travel. You can schedule this experience around work, other trips, or any other aspect of your life that could otherwise impede you from travel. So, if you love to travel and you love music, this is the perfect combination. Among other things, you can remove Peru from your bucket list in a way that is profound and incredibly soulful. Tour Peru Behind the Scenes is the only tour of its kind anywhere in the world, and as of right now, is only limited by your curiosity and desire to participate. I'm sure that by now, and with all of this flexibility, you're wondering how much this is all worth. Frankly, a life-changing experience and immersion like this is, well, it's pretty priceless. Our past participants will also tell you there is no way to quantify this into money. But since I don't want to sound like a commercial and we do live in the real world, I'll share some numbers with you now. The tuition alone for this tour should be about $12,000 per person. This is based on fair market practices for boutique-style tours, although of course we are just about the only band on the planet doing this. With all of the unique experiences that we create and the energy and expertise of so many people involved, we feel it would be fair to charge that price point. But right now, because you have stuck with me this far, you can sign up for the tour at a 50% discount. Literally, half price. This means that your price for our signature tour starts at only $59.97. And to make this even easier, your investment will be eligible for a tax credit of $3,000. This makes it an incredibly affordable value. I want to make sure you have no hesitations about this, so let me break this all down for you right now. Here's how we organize your registration starting this moment. First, in order to take advantage of this incredible discount, you will be asked to put down a small deposit to hold your spot. Your deposit will be fully refundable for 14 days, 2 whole weeks. That's money back guaranteed, no questions asked. If you decide not to go on the tour, no problem. Since these are super duper highly personalized experiences, we need to make sure we are a good fit for one another. So, after you make your Hold My Spot deposit, we will schedule a time to meet via Zoom so that I can get to know you a little bit more so that we can together determine if this is the right experience for you. Your deposit will be 100% refundable for any reason at all during this process. And even after you pay in full, and thanks to our new year-round format, we will fully credit you for future edition of the tour if you can't participate for any reason. And finally, since I'm so confident you're going to have the time of your life, I will personally reimburse your entire tuition if you're not blown away by the tour experience. So quite literally, there is no risk involved for you at all. If money is a concern for you, we also offer large group tours where you can cut costs and travel with other like-minded adventurers. And just in case you need to break down the cost of the tour further, we also offer zero interest payment plans to go on Tour Peru Behind the Scenes. So, I am looking right now for those of you who are ready to take action. Tour Peru Behind the Scenes is literally a couple of clicks away. There is no time like the present to take advantage of a unique and life-changing opportunity. This tour is not for everyone, but I can tell you that if it feels right to you, then it most definitely is. Beyond the 50% discount available to you now, and to help you through any lingering doubts you may have, I want to add a couple of additional incentives. If you register within the next 2 hours, I will add these bonus gifts. First, we will pick you up from the airport in Lima in private transport. Next, your very first meal in Peru will be on me at a top secret restaurant. Number 3, your last meal in Lima will be at my home in Barranco overlooking the Pacific Ocean. I mentioned the Tour Peru is not for everyone, and it's not. This is not a trip for those whom a 5-star culture is the only culture. It is not a commercial tour. This tour is more about counterculture and hands-on experiences. If you can picture yourself immersed in this unique and life-changing experience, make sure you register within the next hour or two to guarantee your spot. In order to have your dibs on dates, it is important to register now. If your date choice is taken by someone else, there is nothing we can do at that point. Once you register, you will be prompted to schedule a phone call with me so that we can go over the process and together determine if the tour is right for you. We have taken dozens of fans on the road with us throughout the years and formed some formidable friendships, and I truly hope that you will be next. So, music lovers are daring and world travelers are people of action. Life is not a spectator sport. It is time to act right now. I invite you to register within the next 2 hours using our completely secure checkout. Remember, there is absolutely no risk and your tuition is good for a $3,000 tax credit right back in your pocket. There is really no reason under the sun to wait to do this later. And I know in my heart of hearts that you are dying to join us on this incredible adventure. Remember, as soon as you register, you will be prompted to schedule a phone call with me at a time that is convenient for you so that we can chat. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to talking to you very, very soon.